Well, I have had some technical difficulties this morning, so I don't know if anybody's going to be here. Oh, I see Lynn. That's you, Lynn, isn't it? Good morning. How are you and Karma today? And who's my other person that's here? Oh, three. Wow, you guys are all in the house today. Four. Ah, you found me. Well, I had some technical difficulties as I was getting set up today, and so I didn't get the description and the thumbnail and all of that stuff uploaded correctly, but we're here together, and that's what counts. So let's get started. One quick announcement is that on Saturday, it's Monday, isn't it? Good morning, Sarah. On Wednesday morning, we are going to be doing our prize drawing live about 15, uh, maybe 5 minutes before I schedule my scheduled upload. Good morning, Lynn. About 8:45 or so, we will do a live prize drawing for our giveaway. And I have all the entries in and we're ready to go. So I will see you on Wednesday live for that at 8:45 my time. That's 8:45 Central Time. And let's get started this morning. Okay. See if I can move the phone out just a little bit so that I can still see my tile while I draw. All right, this morning. Hello, Bafka. How are you today? We've got the Netherlands in the house, I believe. All right, let's get started, guys. I hope you have your tile or paper and pen. I'm using my Micron today in black and an original Zentangle tile. I am going to mark this so that I know later what it is. Sorry, I can't see. There we go, that's better. Monday meditations. And this is going to be number 3. All right. Well, hopefully you guys won't give up on me today. I am going to do something a little bit different. The last 2 times that we've done this, we have tried to do a very organic type of a meditation drawing. And today I'm going to use a little bit of straight lines and some auras to see if we can get going. Before we get started, let's all take a minute to breathe together. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's take another one. Let your shoulders drop down and relax. One more. All right. I'm a little stressed out today. Our air conditioner has stopped working again, and it's miserable in here. But we are going to get by, and we're going to see if we can't zen out a little bit in the heat. So, what I want you to do this morning to begin with is I want you to connect 2 of your corners or on your paper, just make a zigzaggy line and make it kind of big and just make it how you want it to look. It can have sharp edges. It can have soft edges. It can be whatever you want it to be. I just want a large zigzaggy line from one corner of your tile to the other. Okay? And now we are going to add in some aura lines. Now here's the trick to this. Hi, Janet. It is great to have you this morning. Welcome. This morning, I want you to just very slowly and quietly, taking your time to breathe, put your pen to the paper, and I want you to draw some auras on one side. And if your lines are shaky, like mine are, I want you to relax into it and let them shake. Now, I don't care if your auras are wide, meaning you left a lot of room between the last line and the next one, or if they're very thin, that doesn't matter. You can do this however you would like for this to be. Just taking your time. Keep your hand relaxed. Now, I was talking to someone about the shaking issues and the types of things that help me. One thing is to relax my hand. Good morning, Amelia. One thing is to relax my hand, and the deep breathing actually helps me a lot. It helps me to relax my shoulders and arms, which really helps the shaking. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if you will relax your arm and hand, most particularly, relax your grip on the pen. Just gently slide these auras in. They don't have to be perfect. In fact, if one of them is a little wacky, the next one you're just going to follow the wackiness, okay? Don't worry about whether the lines are perfectly straight or if your auras are perfect. Just make parallel auras down one side of your tile, taking your time. Focus on the drag of the pen across the paper. I love that feeling. The way the tooth of the paper is a little bit rough and it sort of grabs onto the pen. I'm starting to shake a little bit with my hand. And you know, it actually is worse the tighter I grip my pen. So when I start shaking like that, I relax my hand, stretch it out, and continue with a very relaxed pen grip. Now, sometimes it feels like the shaking gets out of control if I'm too relaxed, and so I need to bear down on it. But I really don't, and I don't want you to try to force your pen to go anywhere today. If it wants to take you off into left field, I want you to go into left field with it, all right? Just taking your time, excuse me, and remembering to breathe. Now, I have got some fairly wonky lines here, and that's absolutely okay. I am not trying to go for perfection today. Oh, hello, Gabby. Grüß dich. Grüß dich aus Oklahoma. We have someone aus der Schweiz from Switzerland today. It's so great to have you. Hello, Barbara. It is great to have you too. All right. All right. Now, you can be finished with this side when you decide it is, but I am going to go ahead and finish this side all the way to the edges. You may do whatever it is that you are led to do by your pen. Sounds like a prayer meeting, only with pens and paper, huh? All right. All right. I have to admit, This is not quite as zenful for me as the other two that we have done. Ah, ich danke dich. Ich muss sehr oft üben. I need to practice often my German. And you'll notice how my English gets turned around when I speak too. So trying to relax. Filling in your auras. Not worrying whether they're perfect. Not worrying whether they're even. You're just going to add them in. Taking your time. Filling in your gaps. Remembering to breathe. Another thing that helps with shaky strokes. I can't remember if it was Nancy or someone else, but they said take a deep breath in before you start your stroke. Hold it. And then breathe out as you release. And that does help. Breathing, actually, deep breathing and relaxing helps my shaking quite a bit. Now, some days there is no help for it, but that's all right. We are each going to work with what we have today. We're not going to sweat the small stuff, guys. Not at all. All right. Well, that's kind of cool and funky, isn't it? Ich mag's. All right. Now, turn your tile over, and you're going to do the same thing going the other direction. Now, again, this isn't as fun as for me, but for those of you who really enjoy the straight lines and the evenness, this might be a very relaxing time. And quite honestly, I'm very relaxed. I'm just, my aesthetic, my inner artist, is not quite as happy with the straight lines as I am with the curved. That's all right. This is practicing your pen strokes, practicing the feel of the pen, practicing losing yourself and your problems and your worries and your stress. Just try to let go of it. Focus on your strokes. Now, I am feeling a little weird. Not that that's new. But I'm going to add a little bit of a interesting spot here. And see what happens. I just put a couple of extra zigs in my zigzagged aura, just to make it a little more interesting on this side. And we're going to see what happens. You can tell I get bored easily, can't you? I'd like to blame my kiddo, but yeah, it's not his fault. Just remember to breathe as you draw your pen across the paper. It doesn't have to be a fancy pen. Just keep adding in your auras, focusing on keeping them consistent with the line before us. I like my little areas of interest, but if you don't want to add them, you do not have to. If my lines end up wonky, I'm dealing with that just fine. I am just relaxing into the pen stroke. Enjoying the feel of the pen and breathing. I'm running out of room here, and that's okay. We're going to be finished soon. But I want you to remember to relax. Thank you, Elizabeth. It was Elizabeth from England. Just gave me a very interesting comment. Hopefully, y'all can read that about the difference between drawing from right to left and left to right, depending on the handedness of the artist. And that is a very, very interesting observation. I absolutely find, excuse me, there is a difference in my line consistency depending on which direction I'm drawing the pen. But I find that I get the most out of, the most out of control when I continue my stroke a little bit further past where it's comfortable for my hand. And that was an interesting comment. And welcome England to our mix. I just find it so awesome that so many of y'all are from so many different places. Today we have Switzerland and Germany, and England, and the Netherlands in the house, which is pretty awesome. That's one of the things I so love about both YouTube and Zentangle, is it crosses those lines. Now, this is an interesting conglomeration of our lines, and I'm going to finish them up here. Hello to all of our new additions here. Oops. Well, I definitely struggled with that one, and you know what I did as I turned this where I could not see my pen from that angle, so oops. All right, so make sure that your pen is at a comfortable angle for your hand. If you are able to continue and make long pen strokes without lifting your pen, that is the ideal way to do this. However, that's where I get into a lot of trouble. So unfortunately for me, that means that my join points aren't quite as crisp and clean as I would like them. But for what we're doing today, that's perfectly okay. Now, this is very interesting looking mess of lines as I have finished my auras off the page. And I'm going to take my old number 2 pencil, and I'm going to choose a side on these, and I'm going to shade up that side. Not that I need shading to be a part of this, I don't. But this will be so much more cool if we will shade it. Now, let's see. Let's put some here. I've got several zigzaggy things going on here, so I'm going to decide. And I'm laying down a whole lot of graphite on this, I may regret. I'm going to basically want these to continue up to this point at the top, right? Okay, and so this one will be the next one. We're always going to be going in on the left, well, at least for me, I always shade on the left because it helps me keep things straight. You, of course, may do this as you wish, but you want to choose one side of each of these and stick with that for shading so that you've got a good dynamic for that. If you go willy-nilly and shade each side, then you lose your 3D effect on this. Uh-oh, there it is. I was going to say I lost my great big paper stump, but I didn't. Here it is. Okay, so just blending this out and up towards the point. Let's see what we end up with. And see, I might put some more up here a little bit, but we'll see. Sorry about the wiggling camera, guys. It's attached to my easel, and I will try to stop getting quite so crazy with it. There. See what that does? And that's very subtle. But you can see the higher you draw that up, the more significant that sort of crease or fold will look. There we go. Really interesting stuff. All right. All right, guys. This is what we've got for today. A very, very different organism than we had last time, or the last two times. I know next time I will be looking to go back to sort of the organic stuff, but if you are a straight line person and you like doing this sort of thing with more straight lines, be sure and drop me a comment so that I know that I'm not wasting these efforts. I want everyone to have something in this that they can relax and enjoy. And so I like to change it up a little bit for you guys. I appreciate all of you that are here. We had almost 20 here, or I guess we had 20 at some point during the live stream. Make sure if you like these that you are liking and commenting for me. I really, really appreciate you being here for the live stream. I am going to be changing the time on these to 8 o'clock on Mondays because I have a long-standing Monday appointment and I can't live stream at 9 the way that I have been. So I'm going to go ahead and move that back up to 8. I promise I won't be moving any of these anymore, and I do apologize for that. I just couldn't shift that appointment at all, and so I've got to keep it the way it is. So this is cool. I may add some more shading and sort of deepen this a little bit with an extra coat of graphite. But yes, 8 o'clock Central Time. Thank you, Lynn. 8 o'clock Central Time in the U.S., and I am at Greenwich Mean Time -5 for those of you in Europe. I guess I need to switch to the, what is that, the Universal Time Clock or whatever. So if you guys are enjoying these, do me a favor. Share them with a friend that you think might benefit from these. This is the kind of thing that is not searchable on YouTube simply because no one is searching for this, right? Because it's not a search term, basically. And so if you think these are beneficial, would you please share them with your tangling friends? And hopefully we will get enough views to keep doing this on a regular basis. All right, guys, thank you so much to all of you all over the world for being with me today. If you are watching the recording of this, I'm so thrilled that you were here with us. And we will be back for another one next Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. And I will see you guys. Thank you so much, I don't know how to say your name. That is so unique and beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with your group. I really appreciate this. All right, guys, that's enough rambling for me today. Most of y'all have clicked off anyway. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Love to Karma. Simba is still asleep over by the door, so hopefully tomorrow's video will have a little woof in it for you. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for some new tangles. Bye.